There's a strange peace that comes after 70, a silence that feels heavier, but also more honest. You start to notice things you used to rush past, the way the morning light falls on your hands, the quiet creak of a chair you've sat on for years, the echo of laughter that once filled the house, now just a memory gently walking through the hallways of your mind. People call this stage old age, but you know better. It's not about getting old, it's about seeing clearly. When the noise fades, truth speaks, and that truth often comes quietly, not as a warning, but as a whisper. There are things you must never do again before it's too late. So today, let's talk about those three quiet truths. The places you should never go, the people you should never meet, and the words you should never waste. Once you reach this sacred season of life, because at this point, peace isn't a wish, it's your right. 1. Never explain your life to people who weren't there. It begins so simply. Someone asks, "So what are you doing these days?" Their tone feels harmless, curious even, and for a moment, you almost answer honestly. But then you hear it, that quiet judgment hiding between their words. Still living alone? Don't you ever get lonely? You should visit your children more. And suddenly the peace you built starts to tremble. They don't mean harm, not always. But they don't understand that every choice you made was carved out of necessity, not neglect. They weren't there the night you lost someone and still woke up the next morning. They didn't see the courage it took to sit down for dinner alone and still smile. Yet here you are explaining why you live the way you do, why you love solitude more than noise, why you don't chase what others call normal. But listen, after 70, you owe no one an explanation. You have carried decades of lessons, laughter, and loss. You've earned your silence. Your life no longer requires defending, it only requires living. Stop explaining your peace to people who mistake stillness for sadness. Stop explaining your joy to people who think happiness only exists in crowds. You don't need to justify your healing to those who never witnessed your pain, because the truth is, the people who matter already know your story. They were there when you needed them. They saw the tears, the effort, the quiet victories. They don't ask you why. They simply sit beside you, and that's enough. So the next time someone asks, "Why don't you do more?" just smile and say, "I'm finally doing less, and that's the best thing I've ever done." You've earned that peace. Don't waste it explaining it. 2. Never go where your spirit feels small. You can tell the difference now. The rooms that drain you and the rooms that feed you. You walk in, and within minutes, you feel it. The air gets heavier. The laughter feels forced. The conversation circles around gossip and noise. Your smile stays polite, but your heart feels tired. There was a time when you stayed anyway, because you didn't want to seem distant or unkind. You told yourself, it's just for a while. But the truth is, those whiles cost you peace. After 70, you start to understand. You can't afford to spend your remaining energy where your soul doesn't breathe freely. Some places you outgrow without meaning to. The old neighborhood where the faces have changed. The dinner tables where people talk at you, not with you. The family gatherings that feel more like duty than love. You sit there listening, and you realize you've become invisible in the very rooms you helped build. That realization hurts at first, but then something beautiful happens. You learn to choose peace over presence. You no longer chase inclusion. You choose alignment. You don't visit places that make your spirit small, because you've learned that belonging doesn't mean staying, it means being true. If your heart feels uneasy, that's not rudeness, that's wisdom. If you leave early, you're not isolating yourself, you're protecting your energy. You see, at this stage of life, peace is no longer a luxury, it's medicine. The body grows weaker, but the soul becomes sharper. It knows exactly what doesn't feel right anymore. So go where you feel seen. Go where your silence is respected, not questioned. Go where your laughter comes naturally, not as a performance. Maybe that's your favorite park bench. Maybe it's your little garden, your cup of tea by the window. Or maybe it's just you, alone but completely whole. After all these years, you finally understand. You don't need to be everywhere. You just need to be where peace lives. 3. Never keep people who bring you backward. There's a strange truth about getting older. You become better at recognizing energy. Before someone even speaks, your heart already knows who brings light and who brings weight. There was a time when you kept everyone close. Old friends, family, neighbors. You carried their stories, their struggles, their endless dramas. You were the listener, the helper, the healer. But one day you wake up and realize you're tired, not of love, but of carrying what's not yours anymore. Some people never change. Even when years pass, they complain about the same things. They keep old wounds alive because it's all they know. They drain your peace, then call it conversation. And you, kind soul that you are, keep forgiving, keep showing up, until one day you realize forgiveness doesn't mean return. At 70, you must protect your peace as fiercely as you once protected your children. Because peace is fragile now. One argument can take days to recover from. One negative person can cloud your whole week. So here's the truth. You're not obligated to keep anyone, not even family, who pulls you backward. You can love people from afar. You can wish them well without letting them in. You can choose silence over chaos. And that's not coldness. That's healing. If they don't bring peace, let them go. If they only remember you when they need something, step back. If every conversation leaves you smaller, don't answer the next call. You don't owe your presence to those who never earned your gentleness. The greatest act of love at this age is choosing who gets to share your silence. Because silence for you is not emptiness anymore. It's sacred. And once you start living like that, something beautiful happens. The right people start finding you. Those who bring warmth, not worry. Those who listen without judgment. Those who sit beside you and say nothing, yet somehow you feel understood. Those are the people worth keeping. Everyone else, let time quietly carry them away. A pause, the gift of stillness. Sometimes when you sit alone in the evening, you think about all the people you've met, the ones who came like summer, bright and brief, the ones who left without warning, and the few who stayed through storms and silence. And then you realize every one of them taught you something. Some taught you love, some taught you patience, some taught you what peace truly means by taking it away first. Life, at its core, was never about collecting people. It was about collecting lessons. And now, after 70, you finally see them all clearly. That's the peace time gives. The peace that comes when you stop needing more and start cherishing what remains. Closing reflection. So before it's too late, remember these quiet truths. Never explain your life to people who weren't there. Your story doesn't need defending. Never go where your spirit feels small. Your peace is your compass now. Never keep people who bring you backward. Your energy is sacred. Because after 70, peace doesn't mean isolation. It means alignment. It means sitting alone and feeling full. It means laughing at memories instead of regrets. It means sleeping without guilt, waking without rush, and speaking only when it brings calm. People often ask, what's the secret to aging gracefully? And maybe this is it. Grace is not how you look. It's how you let go. You stop chasing explanations. You stop seeking validation. You stop fighting time. You simply start living with quiet acceptance and gentle pride. Because peace, my friend, is not something time gives you. It's something you finally allow yourself to have. So before it's too late, sit down, breathe, forgive, release. The world will keep moving, but you've earned the right to move slower. You've earned the right to protect your stillness. You've earned the right to say, I don't need more. I just need peace. And that is the most beautiful ending life could ever write. Thank you for watching Wise Wisdom Life, where every story reminds you that peace is the greatest strength of all.